don't change lives, and don't move you forward. Results do. If you want to stand out, stop saying I couldn't because and start saying I did it despite. That mindset changes everything. Understand this. The world does not reward effort alone. It rewards outcomes. Effort matters only when it produces something. Work smart, work hard, and finish what you start. Whenever problems come, don't hide behind them. Learn, adapt, and push through. Every problem is a test to see how much you really want your dream. Remember, excuses are temporary comfort. Results are permanent proof. Choose proof. People often spend more time explaining why something did not work than actually trying to make it work. They build beautiful stories around their failures to protect themselves from disappointment. But the truth is, no matter how good excuse sounds, it doesn't build anything. Excuses don't create progress. They don't build companies. They don't solve problems. And they don't change lives. Only action does that. When I started out, I had every reason to give excuses. I had no money, no powerful connections, and no experience. I didn't understand technology. I failed exams. I was rejected from many jobs, even the simple ones. It was easy to say, I can't do this because I don't have the right background. That excuse would have been true and everyone would have accepted it. But if I had chosen that path, nothing would have happened. There would be no story to tell. What people must understand is this. Excuses are invisible walls you build for yourself. The moment you believe in them, why excuses destroy growth, trap you. Action breaks those walls. Every step you take forward proves that the excuse was never stronger than your will. Many people wait for the perfect conditions to begin. More time, more support, more skills, more money. But conditions are rarely perfect. They never come fully ready. The perfect time is the moment you decide to move. When someone says, I tried, but it didn't work, I always ask, how many times did you try? Usually, the answer is once, maybe twice. Action is not about doing something once. It is about doing it again and again, improving every time and refusing to stop until you find a way. Excuses stop after the first failure. Action starts after it. Action also creates clarity. When you are stuck in thinking, you can imagine 1,000 problems that may come. When you move, you start solving them one by one. What looks impossible on paper becomes possible when you take the first real step. People say, I don't know how to start. The answer is start anywhere. You will not have all the answers at the beginning. You will discover them only while moving. Excuses are attractive because they protect your pride. They let you say, it's not my fault. But action forces you to face your weaknesses. It makes you uncomfortable. It makes you fail in front of others. That is why it is powerful. Every failure you experience while taking action becomes experience. Every mistake becomes data. Every setback becomes a lesson. Excuses give you nothing to build on. Action gives you bricks. Sometimes people blame the environment. They say the market is too hard. The competition is too strong. The economy is too slow. But someone in the same market is succeeding. Someone facing the same competition is growing. Someone in the same economy is winning. The difference is not the conditions. It is the mindset. Excuses look outside for reasons. Action looks inside for responsibility. You don't need to be the smartest or the strongest. You just need to move when others are standing still. Even small steps create momentum. Mindset shift action over explanation. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates results. And results create belief not only in others, but in yourself. The world starts trusting people who act because action shows commitment. People often spend their energy explaining why they couldn't achieve something. They give long lists of reasons. Lack of money, lack of time, lack of support, bad timing, wrong market, unfair environment. These reasons may even be true, but they don't change the reality. The world listens to reasons for a moment, but it remembers results forever. What you deliver will always speak louder than why you didn't. When someone succeeds, people rarely ask how many problems they faced. They only see the outcome. Success shines so brightly that it makes the struggles invisible. But when someone fails, they want everyone to understand their reasons. This is the trap. If you want to make an impact, you must stop trying to make people understand your reasons and start showing them your results. When I began my journey, there were many reasons to quit. The market was not ready. Internet access was low. Investors did not believe in us. Most people around me thought the idea would never work. If I had focused on explaining those reasons, nothing would have happened. Instead, I focused on building something small that actually worked. It was not perfect, but it was real. And once people saw it, they started believing. This is how results speak. They turned doubt into belief without a single word. Results are powerful because they are evidence. Reasons are just stories. Stories can be ignored, but evidence cannot. You can argue with someone's reason, but you cannot argue with what they have already done. That is why action must be measured by output, not intention. Your effort may be huge, your passion may be strong, but if it produces nothing, it disappears quietly. Even if no one sees your struggle, they will see your result. Some people hide behind effort. They say, at least I tried. Trying is good, but only as the first step. The world does not reward attempts, it rewards achievement. This is not because the world is cruel, but because only real story, building through failure achievement, creates value for others, your family, your team, your customers, your community. They need the outcome, not the explanation. Trying to feed someone with a reason does not work. You must bring the bread. Reasons also keep you comfortable. They let you protect your pride. They make you feel safe when nothing is happening. But safety does not move you forward. Results push you out of safety and force you to grow. They require risk, discipline, and persistence. They demand that you go beyond your excuses, beyond your fear, and beyond your comfort zone. When people see results, they respect you. Not because you are lucky, but because results show that you took responsibility. They show you kept your word. They show you were willing to do the work even when no one was watching. This builds trust, and trust creates opportunities that reasons never can. Even small results are stronger than big reasons. A tiny finished task is louder than a long explanation about why something couldn't be done. Results have a voice of their own. They speak to people without you needing to explain. They prove your seriousness. They prove your capability. They prove your belief in what you are doing. Most people see challenges as obstacles, something that blocks their way, something to avoid or escape. They feel pressure, fear, and stress the moment a challenge appears. But what they don't realize is that every challenge carries something hidden inside it, an opportunity that only reveals itself to those who stay calm, curious, and willing to fight through. Challenges are not signs to stop. They are invitations to grow. When the internet first appeared in my country, it was not common, not trusted, and not understood. Most people saw it as a risk. They said it would never work here. That was the challenge. But inside that challenge was an opportunity to become one of the first to believe in it, to learn how it works, and to build something while others were still doubting. What looked like a wall became a door. This is how opportunities often look. They wear the mask of problems so only the brave will approach them. Challenges test your mindset. They ask, will you give up or will you rise? Most people run because challenges are every challenge hides an opportunity uncomfortable. They want things to be easy. But easy paths are already crowded. The real openings are hidden behind difficulty. When something is hard, it means fewer people will attempt it. That means less competition and more space for you to stand out. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the space it clears for the one who solves it. Challenges also sharpen your skills. When everything goes smoothly, you stay the same. But when something breaks, you are forced to learn, adapt, and improve. Every difficulty pushes you to become stronger, faster, smarter. Even if you don't win right away, you grow. And that growth prepares you to see the next opportunity more clearly. Growth is the reward challenges give to those who stay in the game long enough to understand them. Many people complain when they face problems. They say the market is too slow, the system is unfair, the customers are difficult, the times are uncertain. But inside these complaints are gaps waiting to be filled. If something is broken, someone will need to fix it. If something is missing, someone will need to create it. The person who stops complaining and starts solving becomes valuable. That is where opportunity lives, in the space between what people need and what they are getting. Sometimes challenges don't look like business problems. They look like personal pain, a rejection, a failure, a loss. In those moments, it is easy to feel that everything is over. But even pain can carry opportunity. It teaches empathy, resilience, and patience. It teaches you how to stand again. Those qualities will later become your greatest tools when new doors open. Pain is not the opposite of opportunity. It is often the soil where opportunity grows. The reason most people miss opportunities is because they want them to come wrapped in comfort. But opportunities rarely appear that way. They come disguised as hard work, late nights, long struggles, uncertainty, criticism, and risk. If you only chase comfort, you will walk past them without noticing. But if you train your mind to look deeper, to ask, what can this give me? Instead of why is this happening to me? You will find chances hidden where others see only problems. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Your phone rings, your messages pile up. Social media pulls your attention every few minutes. New trends appear every hour, and everyone disciplined beats distraction is trying to get your focus. It feels exciting for a moment, but it quietly steals your time, your energy, and your dreams. Distraction is easy. Discipline is hard. But only discipline builds something real. Discipline means doing what you promised yourself you would do, even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up every day, not only when you are motivated. Motivation is like a spark. It starts the fire, but it dies quickly. Discipline is the fuel that keeps it burning. Most people wait for motivation to come. They say, I don't feel ready today. The ones who win don't wait to feel ready. They move first and feelings catch up later. When I was starting my journey, there were days when nothing worked. No one believed in the idea. No one wanted to invest. No one wanted to join the team. It was tempting to stop and say, maybe this is not the right time. But every day we showed up. We worked on the product even when there was no customer. We worked on the vision even when there was no applause. That discipline, the choice to stay focused when nothing around you gives you a reason to, is what slowly created progress. Distraction makes you busy, but not productive. You can spend hours switching between tasks, checking notifications, responding to everything, and still end the day with nothing meaningful done. Discipline forces you to choose what matters most and stay with it until it is finished. Focus is not about doing more things. It is about doing the right things without letting noise pull you away. Every big achievement comes from long periods of quiet, consistent effort that no one else sees. People think discipline is about being strict, but it is really about being loyal to your future. Distractions are about now. They give you quick pleasure, quick comfort, quick relief. Discipline is about later. It gives you freedom, strength, and success. Every time you choose discipline, you are saying yes to your future self. Every time you choose distraction, you are saying yes to comfort that disappears in minutes. The hardest part of discipline is the silence. When you are focused, no one cheers for you. No one claps when you study late at night, practice early in the morning, or keep going while others rest. You feel alone. But this silence is where the foundation is built. The accountability creates growth. World only notices you when results appear. But results come from quiet work repeated again and again. Discipline means trusting that this silent effort is worth it. Distraction feeds your doubts. It gives you constant noise to avoid facing your fear. Discipline faces fear directly. It says, I may not know how to win, but I will keep showing up until I do. Discipline builds confidence not by talk, but by proof. Every day you stay on the path, you prove to yourself that you are serious. That proof grows stronger than fear. Distraction never gives you that power. It only gives you escape. Growth does not happen by chance. It happens when you take responsibility for everything that affects your path. Most people want success, but they also want someone else to carry the blame when things go wrong. They say the system is unfair. The market is tough. The team is weak. The timing is bad. This thinking feels safe, but it keeps you stuck. Accountability is the opposite. It says, if this fails, I will learn from it. If this wins, I will build on it. Either way, I am responsible. That mindset unlocks growth. When you take full ownership of your actions, you stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems. You become the one who acts. Waiting for perfect leaders, perfect partners, or perfect conditions wastes time. Accountability makes you move with what you have where you are right now. You stop asking who is at fault and start asking what can I do next. This shift makes you powerful. Growth comes to people who don't wait to be rescued. In my early days, there were many mistakes. We lost deals, failed projects, and faced rejection after rejection. It was easy to say the world was unfair or that investors were blind. But blaming them would not build anything. So we looked at our own decisions. What did we miss? What could we do better? This habit of self-examination turned failure into feedback. Accountability is not about punishing yourself. It is about using mistakes as fuel to improve. Every mistake you own becomes a lesson. Every lesson you apply becomes growth. Accountability also builds trust. People follow leaders who take responsibility. When your team sees you own both victories and failures, they respect you. They become brave enough to take responsibility themselves. This creates a culture where everyone pushes forward instead of hiding from problems. In a results speak louder than reasons team that avoids blame, energy goes to solving problems. In a team full of blame, energy goes to defending pride. Accountability turns fear into action, and action grows people. Some people think accountability means carrying all the weight alone. It doesn't. It means being honest about your role and your effort. It means delivering what you promise. If you commit to something, you finish it. If it fails, you don't hide. You say, this was my decision and here is what I learned. That honesty makes you stronger. It forces you to grow because you cannot hide behind excuses. You must rise to the level of your words. Growth needs pressure, and accountability gives you that pressure. When you know that the outcome depends on you, you push harder, you plan better, you think deeper. This pressure may feel uncomfortable, but it sharpens your mind. Comfort never forces change. Pressure does. Accountability creates this kind of healthy pressure that drives you to improve faster than comfort ever could. When you avoid accountability, you also avoid growth. If failure is always someone else's fault, you never study it closely enough to learn from it. You miss the patterns, the lessons, and the skills hidden inside it. Accountability makes you look closer. It asks, what can I do better next time? That question opens the door to progress. Growth is not about never failing. It is about never wasting a final words of motivation failure. Accountability ensures that every failure becomes part of your strength. In the end, success does not come from explaining why something failed. It comes from proving that you made it work. Excuses protect your pride, but results build your future. Every challenge is a chance to grow. Every failure is a step if you keep moving. Discipline keeps you on track when distractions call you away, and accountability pushes you to rise higher after every mistake. Remember, the world listens to words for a moment, but it remembers results forever. Choose action, all for Mean Shift Motivation.